Long, long ago, people needed to move very heavy things. Imagine trying to drag a giant rock or a big log. It was incredibly hard work. For thousands of years, this was a huge problem. People used their muscles and maybe some smooth logs to roll things on, but it was slow and difficult. They watched logs roll down hills and, an idea began to form. What if they could actually control that rolling motion? This simple observation was the very first step toward one of the most important inventions in all of human history. The idea wasn't about the wheel itself at first, but about the magic of rolling. The next big step was a clever one. Someone thought, what if we cut a slice from a log? This slice would be a solid, heavy disc of wood. It was a simple shape, a circle. If you poked a hole in the middle and put a stick or an axle through it, you had something new. You could attach two of these wooden discs to an axle. Now, instead of just rolling a log, you could have a pair of wheels that turned together. This was the birth of the wheel and axle system, a machine that would change the world forever. It was a brilliant solution to an ancient problem. With this new invention, people could build carts. A simple platform was placed on top of the axle. Now heavy loads could be put on the cart and pushed or pulled. Suddenly one person could move what once took many people to budge. Farmers could bring more crops from the field to the village. Builders could transport heavy stones for constructing temples and homes. This new mobility meant that communities could grow larger. They could trade goods with other villages that were farther away, sharing food, tools, and ideas. The world started to feel a little bit smaller and more connected. These first wheels were not perfect. They were often lumpy and uneven, carved by hand from large pieces of wood or stone. The carts they were attached to would have bumped and wobbled along rough, unpaved paths. The ride was slow and certainly not comfortable. But even with these limitations, the advantage was enormous. The principle was sound, and it set the stage for centuries of improvement. The humble wooden disc bumping along a dirt track was the ancestor of every wheel that would follow. It was a revolution in motion, a simple circle that started humanity on a new path. For a very long time, wheels remained heavy, solid discs. They were strong, but they were also slow and clumsy. A big change came when someone had another clever idea. What if you didn't need the whole disc? You could have a rim on the outside, a hub in the middle, and thin rods called spokes connecting them. This created the spoked wheel. It was much lighter than a solid disc, but just as strong. Lighter wheels meant that carts and chariots could travel much faster. This was a huge advantage in travel, trade, and even in warfare, where speed was essential. The spoked wheel was a masterpiece of early engineering. Centuries later, this idea of a light spoked wheel became central to a new kind of machine, the bicycle. The first bicycles were simple, but they gave a single person the power to travel much farther and faster than they could on foot. With pedals, gears, and a chain, a rider could turn the wheels with amazing efficiency. Bicycles changed daily life for many people. They could live farther from their workplaces. They could visit friends and family in other towns. The bicycle offered a new sense of freedom and independence, all powered by human energy and two clever wheels. It was personal transportation for the masses. The next great leap came when engines were added to the equation. Instead of human power, a gasoline engine could turn the wheels. This was the beginning of the automobile. Early cars looked a lot like horse-drawn carriages, but without the horse. They had four wheels, often with spokes, but now they were wrapped in rubber tires to make the ride smoother. The car was a noisy, exciting, and sometimes unreliable invention, but it captured the imagination of people everywhere. It promised the ability to travel wherever you wanted, whenever you wanted, at speeds that were once unimaginable. The car completely transformed our world. Cities grew outwards, creating suburbs because people could now commute long distances easily. Roads were paved and highways were built to connect cities and countries. Families could take vacations and explore new places. Industries grew around making cars, selling fuel, and building roads. The car gave people an incredible new level of mobility and freedom. It reshaped our landscapes, our economies, and our daily routines. The simple wheel, now attached to a powerful engine, had put the entire world in motion in a way that had never been seen before. While cars gave freedom to individuals, another invention used wheels to move many people and heavy goods all at once. This was the train. A train is essentially a long series of carts or carriages all linked together and pulled by a powerful engine. but a train needs a special path to follow. So people laid down two parallel steel rails to create a track. The train's wheels are specially designed with a flange, a small lip on the inside edge. This flange keeps the wheel perfectly on the rail, allowing the train to travel safely at high speeds without steering. It's a simple but very effective system for guided motion. The impact of the railway was immense. Trains could carry enormous amounts of coal from mines to factories, powering the Industrial Revolution. They transported raw materials like cotton and wood across vast distances. They also carried food from the countryside to the growing cities, helping to feed millions of people. For passengers, trains made long-distance travel affordable and reliable. People could cross entire continents in a matter of days, not months. This connected regions, unified nations, and allowed ideas and cultures to spread faster than ever before. The clatter of steel wheels on steel tracks became the sound of progress. The wheels' job was not finished on the ground. When humans dreamed of flying, they still needed wheels to make it happen. An airplane is a magnificent machine that soars through the air, but it begins and ends its journey on land. Underneath the plane are sets of strong wheels known as landing gear. During takeoff, these wheels allow the plane to accelerate along a runway until it reaches a speed fast enough for its wings to lift it into the sky. Without wheels, a plane could not build up this crucial initial speed on the ground. They are the essential link between the ground and the air. When a plane comes into land, the wheels perform an equally important task. The landing gear lowers from the body of the plane, ready to meet the ground. As the aircraft touches down, often at very high speeds, the wheels must be strong enough to absorb the immense impact and weight of the entire plane. They allow the pilot to guide the plane safely along the runway as it slows down. From the heavy wooden disc to the high-strength alloy wheels of a jumbo jet, the fundamental principle remains the same. The wheel is still what connects our most advanced machines to the Earth. Today, the wheel has rolled far beyond just transportation. It has become a fundamental component in almost every area of modern technology and robotics. Look inside a factory, and you will see countless wheels at work, not just on forklifts, but as tiny gears and cogs inside complex machinery. These small toothed wheels work together to control the speed and power of assembly lines, making everything from cars to smartphones. In robotics, wheels give autonomous machines the ability to navigate warehouses, hospitals, and even other planets. The Mars rovers, for example, use specially designed wheels to explore the rocky alien surface millions of miles from home. The wheel has also become a key part of our digital lives, though we may not always see it. Inside your computer's old hard drive, a disk spins at thousands of revolutions per minute, allowing a head to read the data stored on it. In an office printer, a series of rubber wheels or rollers precisely pulls paper through the machine to print words and images. Even the scroll wheel on your computer mouse is a direct descendant of this ancient invention, allowing you to navigate digital documents with a simple flick of your finger. The wheel is a quiet, hidden worker in the engine of our information age. The journey of the wheel is a story of human ingenuity. It started as a simple, powerful solution to the problem of moving heavy objects. From a solid slice of a log, it evolved into a light spoked wheel, then a rubber-tired wheel for cars, a flanged wheel for trains, and a high-strength wheel for airplanes. Each new form of the wheel unlocked new possibilities for humanity. It allowed us to build bigger cities, travel faster, and explore farther than our ancestors could have ever dreamed. The wheel did not just help us move things, it helped us move forward as a civilization. In the end, the wheel's greatest power has been its ability to connect us. It connected farms to villages, cities to nations, and continents to each other. Today, it connects us to information with the scroll of a mouse and connects us to other worlds with the roll of a rover. From the first rough cart that bumped along a dirt path to the sophisticated robots exploring Mars, the wheel remains one of our most essential tools. This simple circle, invented thousands of years ago, continues to spin at the very center of human progress, constantly driving us toward the future.